let's talk about debate, disagreement. I have a girlfriend who says that she was raised in a family where she never heard her parents fight. And she reflects this as the ultimate example of a peaceful family, and she raises her own children in the sort of environment where she says they must never see her and her husband or her partners fight. And I have a different take. Here's my take. I think it is superficial to create a false reality for young minds, because relationships, by their very nature, bring together two different individuals who may not always agree, but perhaps have a shared value as the basis of their relationship. But all other things, particularly the behavioral bits, we are not always going to agree. So rather than create an environment where children never see their parents disagree or the adult figures in their lives disagree, because then we raise them to think that disagreement is the end of everything. So the first time they see a disagreement or they hear a disagreement, they think everything is coming to an end. Or when they are confronted by somebody at work or in their own relationships later who encourages debate and exchange, they think they're not loved, because a loving environment is an environment where there's no disagreement. And that is false. I think what perhaps we could be aiming to do is having real conversations and authentic interactions where there is disagreement, as long as we do that with love and respect, but also that there's recovery. So the young person can see me and an elder male partner, in my case, disagree. She also needs to see us resolve that disagreement. So she then learns that disagreement is not divorce. Disagreement is not the dissolution of relationships. Disagreement is not ugly. Debate is not ugly. That things get ugly when we are cruel, when we use unkind words, when we are hurtful. That's not nice. But I do think it's superficial to create this bubble, a false sense that loving relations mean no debate, And I've seen people struggle with this. And they'll say, no, but, I'm not confrontational. But here's what happens. What do you do with the things that vex you? If you're avoiding confrontation, what do you do with the things you don't express? Because you are going to be affected by something. You are going to be offended by something or someone at some point. What do you do with those things? Because I put it to you that if you don't give expression to those things, then you become, another thing, which is a passive-aggressive human being who's sarcastic and acerbic unduly. Because you think in your mind, if I'm not engaging, if I'm avoiding confrontation, then I don't have to deal. Guess what? Those things don't go away. Just because you don't attend to it today doesn't mean it's just going to turn magical and disappear. So, debate is not confrontation. Disagreement is not debate. And debate is not ugly, Disagreement, it is what it is. It need not be an argument. It's just a disagreement. And if we can agree, then we need to accept that there are moments where we are going to disagree. What we need to do is develop enough heart bandwidth and patience to always remember who we are to each other, even in that disagreement. Disagree with kindness, with compassion, with respect, like I said. And then I feel heard, you feel heard. We can resolve it, together we can learn, and we can move on to the next experience as it unfolds. So, I don't know that avoiding confrontation is necessarily the thing to do. And having disagreements doesn't make you ugly or a stereotypical angry black woman who does this to her neck, which I can never do. It doesn't make you any of that. It just makes you authentic. If things don't sit well with you, find room to express. And if they do, also find room to be grateful. Because disagreement and agreements are two sides of the same coin. How could you go through life only dealing with the delightful stuff? It's not possible. So I wish you courage, that you grow a new muscle, a muscle that is okay with taking the delight as well as the dense things in this life, understanding and knowing that disagreement and debate actually provides an opportunity for growth. So don't avoid it. It's going to catch up with you anyway further down the line. Rather create the space that is safe and trusting to express. And I hope in time you will get to understand too that disagreement is not ugly. If anything, it grants an opportunity for you and I to enrich our respective understanding of one another. And in there is the magical nugget that creates emotional intimacy and therefore authentic connection. So, as always, I wish you courage and I wish you clarity. Until next time, namaste.